Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your March 2021 horoscope forecast. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. So please click or tap on the bell notification symbol, because this means that every time I drop a video, you will get a notification of it. Now, if you'd like to chat with me personally about your unique situation, please see below. You can see my list of testimonials and range of services for my one-to-one readings, which I use Zoom or Skype to carry out. Also, if you'd like to ascend above your zodiac sign in a more affordable way, my personal horoscope reports, I'm offering a special offer, 30% off, based on your time, date and place of birth, so totally unique to you. And again, please see below for more information. Hello Cancer, and welcome to your in-depth monthly horoscope for March. This month begins with the Sun, Venus and Neptune all in the part of your horoscope to do with expansion, new ideas, fresh thinking. If we didn't have the COVID crisis in process, I do feel that you'd be wanting to travel. And travel and that expansion of your consciousness has been a big part of your journey since 2012, once Neptune moved into this area. Now, also at the very start of this month, we do have Mercury and Jupiter combining magnificently in the first week in the sign of Aquarius. If there's anything that you're doing that's to do with property, business, some kind of joint enterprise, investment, then this can be quite a lucky week for you. So that's definitely something to work towards, to show your flair and show your management talent, because you do have awesome amounts of that. Now, of course, high in the sky recently, we've had both Mars and Uranus in a very idealistic part of your situation. But on the 4th, Mars does move into a more muted phase. And over the following 6 weeks, don't be surprised if something or someone from your past echoes into your consciousness at a much deeper level. Now, this could be a period when old hurts could become more apparent to you, even ones that you feel you visited, dealt with and healed from. Sometimes these things can be very, very rooted within our consciousness, and the 12th house, where Mars is going to be going through, is very much about those kind of things. However, it is true to say that on the 13th, the new moon in your sister water sign of Pisces combines so beautifully with Neptune, and your imagination is given a wonderful uplift. If you do want to embrace anything to do with healing, to do with spirituality, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to really do so, particularly over the following month. Now, the end of the 13th also sees Mercury emerging from a shadow period, which it's been in. The retrograde finished on the 21st last month, but it gets back to the point at 26 degrees Aquarius where that retrograde first began. And then on the 15th of this month, it does move into Pisces. Now, this is not Mercury's best location, I must be frank. So if you are dealing with any kind of contracts or details, staying as clear-headed and precise as possible is going to be key. But your connections with people from a distance can be enhanced quite considerably. Now, it's also true to say that in week 2, we do have a wonderful conjunction between Venus and Neptune. Now, somebody could be grabbing your imagination in a big way. You may receive some kind of contact. It could come through social media. It may be a letter. It may be just you're going to learn some information which helps you to look at your relationships in a different way. Also, from the 16th through to the 21st, Venus is forging a very meaningful link with Pluto in your sector of relating. and the truth of one relationship can become so much clearer. Now, of course, since the turn of the year, Saturn and Uranus have been in a very abrasive right angle. That continues pretty well through till the end of July, but it does weaken a bit towards the end of this month. Essentially, Saturn's in the part of your horoscope to do with those shared resources, and Uranus is in the part of your situation that's to do with your personal freedom. So something may be competing in those areas for you to try to find some equanimity. And to be honest, the world at large is struggling with this aspect in a big way, but that may play out in those areas for you. Now, on the 20th, we have the start of the astrological year. The Western tropical zodiac begins with the spring equinox, the vernal equinox, and the sun makes its way into Aries, which for you is all about success. It's also a cardinal point, and your sign being cardinal as well, one of the 4 cardinal signs along with Libra and Capricorn, it's all about leadership. So if you want to raise your profile and be much more goal orientated, this is a fine time to prime those hopes. Also, Venus is collaborating beautifully from the 21st with the Sun through the end of the month, and it could be who as much as what you know when it comes to your success in the wider world. Some kind of improvement can come through a relationship which can absolutely thrill you. Now, Mars is also going to be influential in the latter part of this month. It's forging a very positive link with the North Node, but the North Node for you is in your 12th house. So that consciousness raising to do with something from your past could be actually very healing with that combination. But also Mars forges a very positive angle to Saturn. So when it comes to business hopes, something you're doing quietly behind the scenes, it could be research, it could be your meticulous application. It could be that you're being very sacrificing in some kind of situation around your work, and you could be putting in place something that's going to stand the test of time. So developments towards the end of March do look very positive for you. It is true that on the 28th there is a full moon, and this is asking you to be conscious of your emotions when you're chasing those goals. But because Venus is very close to the Sun and the position opposing the full moon, I think it could be some kind of business or worldly relationship which is making you think very carefully at the end of this month and into the first 2 weeks of April. What I would say this month is that you do have an opportunity to try to think in a broader way. And if you're someone who's very security orientated, which isn't a surprise with you being dominated by the moon, your ruler, it's just saying that maybe you need to perhaps consider being a bit more in the moment, a bit more devil may care. In the tarot, we have the Fool card, which just goes through it without analysing things too much. And all that 9th house energy perhaps points towards being a bit more adventurous in your approach, even if in a physical context there is a degree of lockdown still in place. I do think it's going to be easing by the end of March in many places, and by May things will be looking a lot brighter, and then by the end of July I think we're going to see not a complete return to what the old reality was, but a new reality which is much better than how things have been more recently. But for now, I'd like to wish you all the best, stay safe, and goodbye.